Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skyazrael.com for life coaching and mentoring. Let's talk about an existential topic. We get a little weird today on a Tuesday and talk about frequency. Talk about our rate of vibration, and that's what I mean by frequency. It's your personal power. Now, I'm not talking about willpower. I'm not talking about your attitude. I'm not talking about your drive or your motivation. We have power on a cellular, on an atomic level. And there's a theory that goes that your frequency is your vibration on the atomic level. How fast your cells, the atoms in your body, the most basic matter that makes you up, how fast does that vibrate? The idea goes that, I didn't make any of this up, I'm just passing it along to you. Try to explain it as best as I can. The idea goes that as we level up, as we become wiser, stronger versions of ourselves through mind, body, and soul practice, through training, as we become wiser, the cells, the atoms, the matter that make our bodies up, our minds, vibrate faster. With each level that we reach, we vibrate faster. The faster you vibrate, the more perception you have interdimensionally. Now, I'm not talking about seeing into another dimension of space-time where you can, like looking through some sort of portal into another realm. We live in this realm. You can look at a glass from different dimensions. You can look at any object from different perspectives. We have a limited scope in how we see just because of the type of creature that we are. And we're predatorial, so our eyes face forward, they're narrow, they're close together. When you vibrate faster on an atomic level, when you gain a higher frequency, you start to see different dimensions that exist all around you simultaneously, into different realms of this existence, not of other realms, but you see different aspects to reality all at once. It's an enlightenment. It's true enlightenment. It's the definition of enlightenment. And you see all these different dimensions, these different angles, these different sides of an object simultaneously. You see them instantaneously. And it's like you're a computer. Your brain can be looked at as an organic computer. And you're literally upgrading it yourself. You're increasing your processing speed. The higher processing speeds can see more interdimensionally, can see more different realms, can take in more information. There's a theory that goes that since we have such a limited scope of our vision, that we miss out on a large part of the world. Most of the world exists beyond our sight. Imagine if you walked around looking through binoculars or looking through a toilet paper roll or a tube. That would be really limiting, but that's what our eyes do to us. There may be, the theory goes that there may be all kinds of stuff going on around us that we're not even paying attention to, that we're not noticing. Stuff that could be right in front of us that we don't notice. You ever notice something? You drive by a building every day for years on your commute to work, and one day you notice an aspect of it, and you wonder, geez, was it always red? Or did they just paint it? And you start to wonder, Has it always been? I think it's always been red. You start asking people, has that building always been red? Of course it's always been red. How come I just noticed it yesterday? I drive by that building every day for 13 years, never really noticed it was red. Or, there's other things that we can think of that may be better examples of that kind of noticing, where you notice something that may be right in front of you that you never noticed before. It could be an aspect of somebody. Hey, I never really noticed this about you. This is the way you've always been. Now this person makes sense to me, but for some reason, and I've known you for a while, I never really understood you, and now I do. And this is the type of realizations that you can have when you level up, when you gain a higher frequency. Where does all this go? What's the point? There's a theory of Shambhala. The Tibetan Buddhists, they have this idea of the spiritual path of the warrior, and that the spiritual warrior has to gain a certain level of self-mastery, has to gain a certain frequency before he can enter the gates of Shambhala, before he can be received into this mystical spiritual realm, which is similar to heaven if you want to think of it in a Christian term. You won't be accepted in. You won't even be able to find the fucking place until you can gain that frequency. Only people that have a certain frequency get to go into Shambhala. So it's an interesting idea. I'm still playing around with this idea. I've been playing with this idea for 30 years, and I'm still not solid on it yet. I hope I've explained it well. One book that you can read that talks about this at the end of the book. I'm not going to give away the ending. In order to describe the specific scene would mean literally giving away the last part of the book, the ending. I don't want to spoil it. But the book is called The Celestine Prophecy. You may have read it, you may not have. It's a novel, an adventure story, but it's written in a way to where you will get a lot of lessons, life lessons from reading it. It's not a long book, but it has to deal with frequency. And I'll tell you a little bit about the end because it's important. They reach a higher frequency. Their vibrational levels on an atomic level increases. And the book is kind of a murder mystery, an adventure tale, so it's very exciting. When they finally, at the end of the book, can increase their vibration, wild stuff happens, and they reach that vibration, they increase their frequency through life lessons, through struggle, through conquering fear, through self-mastery, through this mind, body, and soul program that I'm always preaching and that I'm coaching. This is how we level up. This is how we increase our vibration. So maybe if we're lucky as warriors, we'll stumble into the gates of Shambhala as we walk this path. It's all food for thought. If there's one person out there who gets it, I did my job for the day. Thanks for watching.